This is round number 4. Spin that shit!
Well, I've learned a few things through our first 3 episodes, and one is to always get help. I've got Kyle Falhaber here from the land down under.
Yes.
And
back in the United States. It's good to be back.
Squirrel's here. I couldn't ask for a better partner to co-host this episode. So this is the 4th episode of Aces Wild. We're going to look quickly at some of the quality 4th installments of the quadrilogies. Quadrilogies?
Quadrilogies? Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Or greater that have happened in movies.
Kickboxer 4, The Aggressor, Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, Resident Evil, Afterlife, 3 Ninjas, High Noon at Mega Mountain, Dr. Dolittle, Tale to the Chief, Death Wish 4, The Crackdown, Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, American Ninja 4, The Annihilation, Bloodsport 4, The Dark Kumite, Omen 4, The Awakening, The Crow, Wicked Prayer, Psycho 4, The Beginning, Revenge of the Nerds 4, Nerds in Love, Exorcist The Beginning, Spy Kids 4, All the Time in the World, Free Willy, Escape from Pirates Cove, Starship Troopers, Invasion, House Party 4, Down to the Last Minute, Ice Age, Continental Drift, Tremors 4, The Legend Begins, Jaws, The Revenge, A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, Underworld, Awakening, Highlander, Endgame, Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, Universal Soldier, The Return, Leprechaun 4, In Space, Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, X-Men Origins, Wolverine, Amity 4, The Evil Escapes, Children of the Corn 4, The Gathering, Airbud, 7th Inning Fetch, Hellraiser, Bloodline, Shaft, The Enforcers, Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter, The Land Before Time 4, Journey Through the Mist, Winnie the Pooh, The Seasons of Giving.
I would say that if I've learned anything from this, it's more about the fact that you need a colon
Yes.
and like a shitty subtitle.
Yes, it's all about colons.
That's the 4th movie. That's the 4th movie. You know, just
except for Rocky. Rocky 4 was on point, dude.
Yeah, there are some movies that escape that, but mostly you just add a subcolon, like a colon, and a shitty subtitle.
Yeah.
So we are gonna go for this episode. We're gonna go with Aces Wild, The Quest, for the episode after the 3rd and before the 5th.
Yes. This is it. 4th episode, motherfuckers. 3:45.
Thank you, Kyle. I'm so glad you're here. You just offer so much. It's so wonderful. All right. So we've got a great show lined up for you tonight. I'm going to point right at Kyle because, this is going to go right by your head, actually. You got to come in this way. There you go. Look this way. This way now. No, this way. Okay. You're going to go right here. All right. So we're going to share a bit of around the league up here. We're going to go league history here. We're going to run through the latest power rankings here. We're going to sit down in person with this guy, Kyle Squirrel Falhaber. And of course, we're sharing the tweet of the week. It's going to be great.
Awesome.
Okay. Around the league. Kyle. It's so rare I have somebody in here in the guest bedroom studio. You can see behind
First person in studio.
Behind us, we actually have someone sleeping in the guest bedroom.
My wife right there. Emily, looking sexy as ever.
7:24 a.m. here.
We're running on different time schedules right now. I don't really know what time it is where I left, but I've been up for roughly 30 hours. So hang with me. I don't really care because I sleep when I die.
Definitely. So tell me, you've been the guy that's been gone for the league, and you're here in the guest bedroom studio. I have to get your opinion. Other than this fantastic Pirates shirt.
We will lose to the Reds in about 3 or 4 days, but it's all good.
Cool. It's first time in 20 years. I have to be happy. Yeah. I haven't lived in Pittsburgh since they've won.
You gotta rep your squad, dude.
Okay. So tell me, since you've been gone, what you're seeing around the league.
It was tough to follow overseas. Our internet connection was kind of spotty. Wi-Fi was hit or miss here or there. But once we got a connection, we got the Aces Wild live feed. The thing that sticks out the most is Guru of Dues on point trash talk. I'm giving him number 1. I don't know what his power ranking is this week, but I'm giving him number 1 power ranking for trash talking. Dude, he laid it out there on the line with his son, Connor, which I think changed his name forever of Guru, which, yes, he puts up mad points. I give him no credit for that. But Guru of Dew, keep it up. You're representing. Trash talk against Pimpus last week. The Greek shit, Euros, falafels, hummus. Keep popping that shit off. He's 1-2 now, but he's 3-0 on trash talking.
Yeah, I mean he has accumulated a Facebook, gathering essentially of people waiting for him to talk trash. He also has absolutely 0 points now, or $0 to bid on for free agents. Only 3 weeks into the league.
He doesn't even worry about that. Fuck that.
He's got all the fire though, right?
Yes,
Okay.
all fire. Dude, waiver wire is bullshit. You just draft the players you want. I don't even care about waiver wire.
Moving on now, let's talk a little bit about the history of the league.
History. I do love history.
So we've been reviewing the league history here. I spent a lot of time putting it together this summer. I was like, I'll put a spreadsheet together that will explain the top 3 finishers each year for the last 9 years since this is our 10th season. And
This sounds like my type of shit.
yeah, this is like right up Kyle's alley. Wife thing. And the weird thing was that Yahoo decided to do the exact same thing right after I did it. So when the season came around this year, it was there. So that was a waste of time. But the things we learned are very important.
Very.
Yeah, we learned some good things. Here's what we learned. We've had 2 owners that have had multiple championships in our 9 seasons. That would be myself and Robert Zirkle.
Zerger.
Yeah. We've had who would be the most successful owner of all time? Again, that's Robert Zirkle.
Zerger.
He has 4 top 3 finishes. He has 2 first place finishes, 2 third place finishes, and that's good for, in my scoring, 8 medal points.
Very well done.
Quay and Paul finished second with 7 medal points apiece, and Tyler Pimpus and myself all have 6 medal points.
Where am I at?
You tell me. I think that if we could talk about some of the least successful people in the league in history, who would that be?
I would think it'd be, well, you mentioned Paul and Quay and Tyler. They sound like they're at the top, and that's hard to believe, but I don't know. I know I've never won, so I feel like I'm towards the bottom, but I did not know I was this bad. I am terrible at this game.
Yeah, the stats have revealed that Tim has never placed in our league.
So I'm not as bad as him.
No.
Right?
And then slightly above Tim is Kyle and Richie, who have 1 top 3 finish in the last 9 seasons.
But I think I would give me and Richie both the credit of probably talking the best smack. At least Richie.
Richie for sure.
And I can put it down if I need to.
We'll see.
Okay.
All right.
And we got the rest of the season to go.
And moving on to the most top 3 finishes without a championship, it's like the Blue Balls Award, essentially. Connor has 2 second place finishes, and Dave Warner has a 2nd and a 3rd place finish. So
Reasonable.
yeah, they've done well without ever winning, if that makes sense.
This year might be their year.
Could be. Little bit of league history there for you.
Boom.
Checking in at number 12 this week, dropping from number 10 is the Guru of Do. His Boomer Bust team, built on Rodgers, Brady, and Foster, will be without Rodgers this week as he's on a bye, and he won't even have a second QB, it looks like. We'll see what he does this week. At number 11, we have the Cocaine Cowboys, Rob's team, dropping from number 6 last week. This is a team that we see as average all around. It's balanced, but it really has no studs. Hopefully getting Gronkowski back this week or next will help him out. At number 10, we have Team 3 Seashells, moving up a spot from number 11 last week. Tim's team is slowly improving. He now has 4 starting QBs. Glennon being named starter, Hoyer starter this week, Locker and Smith. After starting with just 1 QB this year, he's really improved that stable. We think he's going to need a breakout game from either Richardson, Johnson, or Julio or Dez to compete, though. At number 9, we have Redshirt, dropping from 7 last week. Paul's team is suffering a little bit at running back. Hopefully Le'Veon Bell being inserted into the lineup in Pittsburgh will help Paul's team out. Maybe he'll even have the ring the bell RB combo with Jacques Bell this week. Number 8
is CC's team, I Love Anal Raping, down from number 5 last week. I had it very close between him and Paul's team, but I like his depth a little bit more. 3 really solid QBs and loads of running backs that are playable there that Paul's really struggling with. And so that's why he's one above Paul. At number 7, we have Finkel is Einhorn, moving up from number 9 last week. This is Tyler's team, and this is a team that has proven that it has the depth to last. It's been winning through injuries to Ray Rice, Steven Jackson, and Danny Amendola. So they certainly have depth at receiver and running back, and that's going to help through the bye weeks and through the rest of these injuries. At number 6, we have myself, Sports Concern, moving up from number 8 last week. There's a team that's kind of playing slow and steady. It's put up around 100 to 130 points each week, so it's kind of predictable and not really a team that's super explosive, but it's also a team that's going to continue to put up points in that range. Number 5, the biggest leap of the week is Other Guy, up from number 12 last week. After a slow start, he's put up 125 points and 139 points in the last 2 weeks. Dave Warner's young quarterbacks are stepping up for him. He'll get Gabbert back as an option this week. He's going to be starting again, but I'm sure he'll roll with Pryor and Manuel. He's going to need some contributions from his running back stable, though, as Spiller hasn't really been getting it done and Reggie Bush has been injured, so hopefully one of those 2 guys can step up next to DeMarco Murray for him. At number 4, we have our man from Down Under, Squirrel, dropping from number 2. We're going to talk to him a little bit today, but this is a really solid squad. Another team with 4 starting QBs that are all reliable: Stafford, Shaw, Roethlisberger, and Flacco. He has some disappointments with MJD and Tony Gonzalez this year for what he spent on them, I'm sure, but Forte's been playing well, and he's got really solid receivers. Number 3, dropping from number 1 this week, is Farewell Guru. He has the most points in the league at 445. He has 2 QBs that are playing well, Vic and Manning. If Vic could just stop a little bit on the turnovers, that would be helpful, and hopefully he stays healthy this week. He's also looking for some play out of his receivers, Welker, Bolden, and Austin. They've been a little bit hot and cold. Welker, probably the most consistent, has been in the end zone 4 times. He's also got D'Angelo Williams, who's been a surprise. He's the 3rd leading rusher this year, and he's on a bye this week, so it'll be interesting. Maybe he can plug and play Bernard Pierce or Ronnie Hillman this week against Team 3 Seashells. Number 2 is Straight Cash Homie, staying at number 2 from last week. He's got RG3 underplaying a little bit probably, but Phillip Rivers overplaying. You know, Martin and Lynch are about as stable as it gets at running back, and with Wallace, Antonio Brown, and Stevie Johnson at receiver, it's really kind of going to be, do they make big plays each week or not? We saw Antonio Brown do it last week, we saw Wallace do it the week before, and Stevie Johnson's been fairly consistent actually this year. At number 1, our new reigning champ, Oral Raping. And my neighbors are now going to make me register and introduce myself to all of them after they heard me yell that out. He is the 3rd member of the 400-point club. That's him, Quay, and Connor. And he's moving into number 1 because of Jimmy Graham, Pierre Garçon, Deshaun Jackson, and Jamal Charles all being in the midst of big years this year. And that's just really a really strong core. He'll have to contend this week with Geno Smith instead of Cam Newton, as Newton's on a bye, but he just has really good depth and nice contributors on this team. So that is our power rankings for the week. Kyle, tell me a little bit about the dynamics of Squirrel.
My draft strategy was going value-wise, not spending too much money on any one person, and also favoring QBs. So I got 4 starting QBs: Matt Stafford, Matt Schaub, Roethlisberger, and Flacco. Not 2 of my favorite players, but both starting QBs. And in this league, a starting QB is pretty important. So once it comes to bye week, I think those will come into play. Receivers, I think I got 3 solid starting receivers: Andre Johnson, Randall Cobb, Victor Cruz.
Yeah, it's a really solid 3. I like that 3 a lot.
And then running backs, MJD. I thought he's coming off the injury. He's going to be a little better than what he has. The Jaguars are just sucking this year. I think he'll pick it up, maybe. But Matt Forte's been balling for me, so picking up some points that way. And then tight end, Tony Gonzalez, he's getting a TD probably once every 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. So put up some points for me. I think it's a pretty solid team, not like any explosive player like Dave and Pimpa said in their power rankings. Nothing too exciting, but just a solid team overall, and that's kind of what I was going for. So that's where I'm at.
You already heard what we had you at for the power rankings. We have you at 4.
This week,
is that a fair ranking?
Yeah, this week I would say I'm 4. Like I'm 1-2. I've lost 2 games. Like I don't think I've put like the players have put up the best scores that they can. But I'm 1-2, so obviously I can't be that much higher. But I put up 435 points, I think. So I think I'm in third or fourth in the league.
That's incorrect. I think you put up 391 points.
I don't know the exact numbers, but I feel like I put up.
Where'd you get the number from?
I try to make it up as I go, but
all right.
I feel like I put up a good amount of numbers, and number-wise, I feel like my team is solid. But record-wise, I'm still in the middle of the pack. So, yeah, I think 4 is a good ranking for me.
Yeah, I think you have really solid teams can compete every week. Like I said, about 391 through 3 weeks. So, that puts you somewhere around like 120 to 125 a week.
It's just solid.
So, yeah, I mean that's really good. I think that puts you easily in the top 5. So 4 is a fair rating. And even though you're 1-2, that's an indication of bad matchups.
Yeah.
So, hey, dude, we'll see what happens.
So it's next week.
I got you last week. That boomerang hit you in the face.
I know, man. I thought I was coming back with 1 more win, but 1 more loss. But TV's going down this week. Big Einhorn, you're mine, motherfucker.
Our tweet of the week this week comes from the QB Rags to Riches owner, Andrew Tim Pedenpole. He said during the Week 3 games, "Good day for Locker, #gunslinger."
# gunslinger.
And that was certainly true. Locker was the 4th overall leading scorer of the day. Who would have ever thought that Locker is in the top 10, let alone positive scoring?
Exactly.
He had 299 yards, a TD passing, and 68 yards rushing with a TD. Good enough for 30.76 points and enough to lead Team 3 Seashells to victory.
Got lucky last week. Don't need to happen next week.
You heard it here first. All right, well, hey man, good being here with you. First guest to the bedroom studio, bedroom studio, and we got Mrs. Falhaber here behind us, joining us for the broadcast. So, thank you very much, bud.
Yeah, definitely good to be here. Little chair spin on the way out.
Oh,
it's slowed out.
This is not what it looks like.
No homo.
No more.
Peace.
Absolutely still recording. Oh my goodness. What did you knock over?
No broken bones and broken glasses.
Everything's so good. No broken pelvises or anuses.